Hey everybody, Dr. Keith here. Hope you have an amazing day. Today we're going to go over a new assessment that we're using in the office. We call them our HRAs. They're the health risk assessments. They're completely online, so you don't even have to come into the office to take them. It takes about 10 minutes to do it, and it gives you tons of information. We're going to go over a little bit of the information. I'll show you an example of one, so you have a better idea of what it is, kind of what it entails and stuff. But the reason that we're doing this is it gives you such a great understanding of where you are. You can't improve in your health if you really don't have a basic understanding of where you are. And most of us truly don't understand where we are. And this is going to look at all different aspects of your life, of your health, to kind of see where you're at. I know a lot of people, they think they're really healthy, but when you start looking at other aspects that they're not focused on, they aren't filling those requirements. Because remember, to be healthy, you have to do certain things. One of the examples people always think is, if they work out a lot, they could eat unhealthy. And that's not true at all. There are different requirements. You need certain nutrients for your body every day, and you have certain movements requirements every day, and you need both of them. And so you can't substitute one for the other. They're different things and you need both of them. So we're just going to kind of, I'm going to pop one up here in just a second. Hold on. Try that again. There we go. So we're going to go all the way back to the top. So this is basically something that you're going to see in your report. So when you get the questions, I believe there's about 70 questions that you'll do. They're all online. A lot of them are kind of, on a scale of 1 to 10 questions. Some are true and false, but they're going to ask questions about your movement, about your diet, about how your thought processes are, in a kind of variety of different ways, and it kind of brings it all together. It'll give you an overall score. It'll kind of break the score down into different areas, and then it'll show you on areas that you need to work on, because we haven't had anybody be perfect yet, and so it's highly unlikely they're going to be. And so we're gonna this really good at it's showing you areas that you might not even think aren't perfect for you. So this is going to be slightly different. Your initial one won't have like the thumbs up here or the thumbs down. This will happen after 90 days. We recommend you redoing one. That way you kind of know how you're progressing. And then 6 months later, you do another one. Then every year, kind of do another one after that. So, but this is kind of a general thing that you'll see. It'll give you what is called your wellness and prevention score. As you can see here, it'll break it down in a couple different areas, give you overall quality of life. So this is really kind of the summary. This one gives you overall. This is where it's kind of looking at all different aspects of health and kind of putting them together. When we scroll down to the next, this is a really important screen. So this is gonna be your rocks in your backpack. So how much stress you have, how many stressors you have in your life, because you can't mask those and be healthy. You have to get rid of them and provide your body with things that you need in order to actually achieve real health. And so this is a good indicator, and this is another one of those scores that it's taking all those different questions, kind of putting them together, kind of seeing where you're at with things. So we'll break it down a little bit more here. And so this one, it's going to break it down into nutrition, movement, psychosocial, and drug, alcohol, tobacco. So it's going to have different areas, and kind of see what areas you're stronger in, what you're weaker in. You're always going to fluctuate a little bit. Now, when you're taking this test, and most of the questions will ask you on about a 90-day period. So basically within the last 90 days. The 90-day thing we use a lot because it takes about 90 days physiologically to see a lot of changes. No matter if you're doing things better, things worse, it takes about 90 days to have like a good amount of results from at the cellular level. So then it'll break it down even more, and so you'll see it'll say, it'll ask questions about water intake, fruit intake, vegetables, certain supplements, certain foods, how much you sit during a day. Do you do anything about how much you sit during the day? It'll ask you different activities, how grateful you are for things, your sleep patterns, alcohol, tobacco use, kind of all your how much are you sleeping, things like that. And so it breaks it down. What you'll see is this little kind of button here will take you to a screen then, and it'll actually have a PDF where you can work on different things, different strategies to kind of work on different areas. So it's pretty useful to kind of work with, and you basically pick the ones that you want to start with. After you do this, I'll get a copy of it, and I'll make some recommendations on some areas that I would suggest that you work in the most. So when we break it down, it's going to break it down into some slightly different areas here. So it's going to look at your metabolic load, your psychosocial load, your fitness load. So just a bunch of different ways to kind of look at things, different ways to kind of group things together to kind of see where you're at with things. This is another kind of chart where it's breaking it down slightly differently, kind of more individually again, to kind of see different things. And as I kind of said before, this one in particular is a progress one. And so we're seeing on the areas of improvement, we get a thumbs up. Areas that aren't improved, we get a thumbs down. And so it's good to kind of take this occasionally to kind of see where you're at with things. There are a lot of things that you don't realize. There's a lot of, obviously we're skipping over a lot of things, but there's a lot of things you can read through. It has a great amount of information. And then when you take this, you have access to the website that has tons of different documents. There's tons of different webinars, different videos, different PDFs to kind of read through. There's actually even some audio to kind of just listen to. So there's tons of great information. This is actually all completely free for you at this point. We were going to start having people pay some, but at this point we're just going to have it free for everybody for, at this point, the rest of the summer. Just trying to introduce it to as many people as possible. We're going into businesses, kind of other organizations, gyms, kind of having people do this. It's a great way to kind of just look at overall health and have a good score. We feel it's one of the best ways to kind of, it's just a really accurate kind of thing to kind of look at. So I'm going to pop. There, I'm back. So, if you do have any questions about this, go ahead, give us a call, give us an email. If you are interested in this, you may have already gotten one if you are a patient in the office, so check your email. We can resend it to you if you want us to. And if you have taken it already, that's great. Hopefully you're starting some of the things that are recommended. And then in about 90 days, we'll get a notice that it's been 90 days since you've taken it, so we'll send you another one. And that way we'll kind of have you update it, see where you're at. Hopefully, obviously, it's improving. But even if it hasn't, you just take it, and you want to be as honest as possible to kind of see where you're at with things. Like I said, it's going to give you a lot of great information. We haven't had anybody not like it so far. They might not like all the results, but it's, once you take it, you understand how useful it is, and especially once you start going through the website to see all the kind of helpful things you can do and everything. So again, if you have any questions, just let us know. I'm Dr. Keith. Have an amazing day.